जीता शुकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कारकामलवरे न कामधूत शृंगा दलितो हिरण्यकशिपु तानुभूता केशवधीता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे चलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमद्भुत वामन पदनखनीरजनित जन पावन केशवधीता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगतपगत पापम पयसि पयसि समीहत भवता केशवधीता भृगुपति रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वितरसि दिक्षुरणे दिक्पति कमनीयम् दशमुखमौलिबलिं रमणीयम् केशवधीता राम शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे रहसि वपुषि विशदे वसनं जलदातं आलहति भीतिमिलितयमा केशवधीता अलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे निन्दसि यज्ञविधेरः शुक्तिजातम् सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुभाव केशवधीता भूत शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जगदीश हरे म्लेच्छ निबह निधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् केशवधीता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम Just 1 minute. I'll be back in. Okay, welcome to this week's session. Let's start with the prayers. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदेवताम्। So welcome all for this week's session. So till we have been discussing Dashavatar, the 10 different primary or prominent avatars of Krishna or Vishnu. As I said, there are the amount of waves ocean has. Right? How much number of waves the ocean has? Unlimited. You can't count. Those many avatars Krishna has, because he keeps on taking different avatars. Especially he takes avatars in every species of life. So we have discussed so far Meena or Matsya avatar. Then I think we have discussed Narsimha avatar. Then we have discussed Vaman avatar, Kurma avatar. So we are going to discuss Sukar avatar and Bhragupati avatar. Bhragupati is Narsimha Bhagwan. Sorry, Parshuram. So today we'll discuss these two. So there are 6 kinds of avatars actually. Guna avatar, which are basically the modes of nature. There are 3 modes of nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So Krishna assigns 1 mode to each. 1 to Brahma, 1 to himself, and 1 to Shiva. That's why there are 3 Guna avatars. So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. These are Guna avatars. Leela avatars. So we have been talking about Vamandev, Matsya avatar, Narsimha avatar. That is Leela avatar. Third is Manvantara avatars. So in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manvantars. Manvantars are basically the heads of the planets. From them actually everything comes out. All the progeny, all the people are coming from Manvantars, Manu. And that's why we are called Manushya or man. These words are coming from Manu. Manu means original person who is from him. So from Brahma, Manu comes, and from Manu, he progenites everything. So that's the Manvantara avatar. So I talked about Leela avatar, Purusha avatar. So the three Vishnus I spoke earlier, from the first Vishnu, who is the Karanodakshay Vishnu, from his body pores, unlimited universes are created. And in each universe, one Vishnu is lying, whose name is Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Because this Vishnu's tummy, from the navel, Brahmaji is coming. And that's why it's called Garbhodakshay. From his Garbha, this Vishnu is coming. So that is second one. Third one is called Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Because this Vishnu lives in the ocean of milk, which is somewhere in the universe. And he's also, the Kshirodakshay Vishnu is also in our heart in the form of Paramatma. So these three are the Purusha avatars. So I spoke four: Guna avatar, Leela avatar, Purusha avatar, Manvantara avatar. Then there is Yuga avatar. Yuga avatar means every Yuga Krishna takes a form. Generally, Kali Yuga he doesn't come, but at the end of Kali Yuga he appears as Kalki avatar. But Sat Yuga there is one incarnation. There is Treta Yuga is there. Dwapar Yuga is also there. Generally, Kali Yuga he doesn't come, and those avatars are called as Yuga avatars. Like Ram came in Treta Yuga, so he is a Yuga avatar for that. In Sat Yuga, he came in different forms. Matsya avatar was in Sat Yuga, like that. So like that, in Dwapar Yuga, it is Krishna. And Krishna comes only, original Krishna I'm talking about, original Krishna comes only to the earth once in a day of Brahma. So I told you one day of Brahma is 8.7 trillion years. So those many days of the earthly planet, only once in a day he comes here. That is actually generally, and this is this Yuga where we are living actually. This is the 28th day of Brahma, and Vaivasvat Manu, who is the Manu under which this is coming. That is the Yuga avatars, right? And I think I missed, there's another called the Shaktavesh avatar. Shaktavesh avatar means Krishna empowers somebody to take an avatar. Like Brahma is a Shaktavesh avatar, Indra is a Shaktavesh avatar, Shivji is a Shaktavesh avatar, like that. Narad Muni is a Shaktavesh avatar. So like that, there are 6 different avatars. Krishna, incarnates, and these are again different types, and there are unlimited avatars under this. You cannot even count it, like that. And as I mentioned, while we are speaking now, in within the universe, somewhere in the material creation, Krishna is killing Putana. Somewhere else he is killing Kamsa. Somewhere else he is playing with the Gopas. So every pastime, every lila which we are discussing, that is actually happening somewhere in the universe, right? You might say, "Aisa kaise ho sakta hai?" For example, now we are here, and in India, Pune, the sun is set now, and you can't see the sun. But at Sushant's place in Canada, the sun has probably arisen just few hours back, correct? So you can see the sun there. So like that, if you keep traveling towards east, you will never meet sunset. You'll always be able to see the sun, like that. So like that, Krishna is performing his activities continuously in different forms, right? So today we'll discuss 2 prominent avatars called as Parshuram, and second is Varaha avatar. Okay? So a long time back, this is before Dwapar Yuga. This is actually even in Treta Yuga. This is actually talking about Treta Yuga when even Ramchandra was there. So there used to be a very, very strong Kshatriya king called as, his name was Kartavir Arjun. He's not the same Arjun which we talk in Mahabharata. He's a different Arjun. So he used to live, and he was the Upasak of Dattatreya. Right? Dattatreya, who is the son of Anusuya, Dattatreya Muni. So Dattatreya is considered to be the combination of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Right? And he did the Upasana of Dattatreya. And when Dattatreya was pleased, he was asked for a benediction. And Kartavir Arjun said, I want 1,000 hands. Give me 1,000 hands. And also he was given many, many powers. He was very opulent, was good looking, he had got a lot of powers. He had 8 mystic siddhis, which means if he wanted, sitting in Pune, I could stretch my hand and get an apple in Kulu Manali. Kulu Manali ke garden mein se apple mein tod sakta hu. That is a mystic siddhi. Then he could sit on the sun rays. Sun rays ke upar baith ke he could go to sun planet. That is a mystic siddhi. Then he could become the smaller than the smallest. सबसे छोटा, microbe से भी, coronavirus से भी छोटा he could become. and he could become the biggest, which nobody would have seen. That is the siddhis, 8 siddhis, Lagima, Mahima, ऐसे तरह 8 प्रकार के सिद्धि होते हैं. And Hanuman is also called as Ashta Siddhi ke Dada, because he is also the got all the siddhis. That's why he was able to fly. Like that, Kartavir Arjuna had all the siddhis. He was very, very powerful. So I'll give you a comparison of his power. So you might say, kitna powerful tha. So one time he was bathing in Narmada river, and he had many, many wives. So obviously, because he was so powerful, rich, and he was with so many mystic powers, obviously women were attracted towards him. So many women got attracted and they married. He was having a bath in Narmada river. So he was doing frolicking in the water, right, with the woman. So he just wanted to impress the girlfriends or the wives, right? So he used all his 1,000 hands and stood in the waters and stopped the river, right? So I think these, if you've seen these rivers, especially Ganga, if you see is Ganga Sagar or not Ganga Sagar, if you look at Gangotri, where Ganga's Ugam is there, right? On the mountain of Himalayas, the Gangotri is there. You cannot stand there in water. It's so forceful. You have to hold to the iron chains. So in order for you to, we went a couple of years back. You cannot stand there. It is so forceful. So I think Narmada's water must be also forceful. But this guy was standing there with all his 1,000 hands, and he was able to stop the river. Not only stop the river started flowing in the opposite direction. And Kartavir Arjuna actually had defeated most of the people around the world. And at the same time, Ravan, the Ramayana wala Ravan, he was taking a bath in the downstream. Thodi there, ek aad 2 kilometer ke niche, he was taking a bath. Not a bath. He doing puja of Shivji. So Ravan also started to defeat entire world so that he could rule the entire world. So he was taking a bath. He was taking a puja. He was doing a puja on the banks of Ganges. And as soon as this guy stopped the flow, the water went opposite direction, and it went over it crossed the river, and it went on the banks of the river, and it disturbed Ravan. Ravan के पूरा उसमें banks में पानी आ गया. So he was disturbed. कौन ये करना चाह रहा है? मैं यहाँ का राजा हूँ. So he asked his soldiers, go and find out who is this guy. So the soldiers went and said, my lord, he is a very, very big person. He's got 1,000 hands and he's stopping the river. So Ravan went and challenged him. कौन है तू? So Kartavir and Arjun and Ravan were fighting for a long, long time. 10-12 दिन तक fight कर रहे. And after that, Kartavir Arjun defeated Ravan. He, tied him with a rope and he threw him in the jail. So jail में डाल दिया उसको. And Ravan was in the jail for 1 year. चुपचाप उसको monkey की तरह उसको डाल दिया अंदर जेल में. And he was there for 1 year. He could not get out. And then Pulastya Muni, who is the grandfather of Ravan, he came there. And obviously Kartavir Arjun was worshipping saints and rishis, and he was also worshipping Dattatreya. So he thought it very wise to worship Pulastya Muni. So he worshipped Pulastya Muni. And Pulastya Muni said, I want you to do one favor for me. He said, yes, please tell me. He said, can you please release my grandson, Ravan? Oh, he said, oh, he's your grandson. I didn't know that. So he released him. And that's how Ravan could be released. Otherwise, he would not have been released. So Pura Ravan hota hi nahi tha. Right? Anyways, so he released Ravan like a monkey. Acha, but then Ravan understood that I cannot win this guy. So he made pact with him. He had allies with Kartavir Arjun. कि मैं तेरे territory में नहीं आऊँगा, तू मेरे territory मत मार, and like that, right? So nowadays China is trying to get into territory of India. वैसे वो पहले से था. So anyways, so that was the power of Kartavir Arjun. He could easily defeat and बंदी बना लेता रावण को, right? So that was the powers. Now why am I telling this story? Because this is related. So in the same kingdom, so this king's capital was named Mahismati, somewhere in the north. And in that area, one Brahmin used to live, whose name was Jamadagni. And he had a wife named Renuka, and he had many sons. And the youngest son was Ram. His name was Ram, right? and they were living peacefully in that area. One time, um, and they were all Brahmanas. They're peacefully living there. They would do yajna, they would do or sacrifice, and they will do all their duties and living peacefully. One time, this king was passing through the jungle, and he noticed this ashram, and he said, "Let me visit this rishi." So when he visited the rishi, he went with the entire soldier army, whatever army he had brought in, the entire soldier. They went there, and so when Jamadagni saw him, he invited him. He was the king of the entire area, and he started serving him. And he said, "How many people you are there?" He said, "There are maybe 10,000 people, 10,000 soldiers." He said, "We'll host them for a feast." And the king said, "No, no, don't worry. There are too many people. How much will you cook?" He said, "Don't worry." And they had a feast for the entire army, and the soldiers were too hungry, so they ate double what they could generally eat, but everybody was fed sumptuously. The king was surprised. He was sitting in his tent and thinking, यार ये तो साधारण ऋषि है, हो सकता है एक ही बीवी है इसकी. How is she able to cook so many for so many people? 10,000 people? Amazing. He asked his general, इधर पता करके था कि कैसे किया उसने. He said, "My lord, he's got a cow known named as Kamadhenu. She's a Surabhi cow. Kamadhenu matlab she can fulfill all your desires. And this cow is giving everything, and it can give anything and everything you want." And the king was awestruck. Huh? And he was thinking, Bapre. Now, this king, he was too much puffed up. He had so much pride in his heart. कि मैं इतना महान हूँ, मेरे पास इतना ताकत है. So he was thinking, generally now he's actually come to Jamadagni, उसके पूरा आर्मी को खाना खिलाया, so he should be grateful कि नहीं यार, he served me nicely, I should be grateful. But नहीं, a puffed up person, a person who is full of pride, he is never grateful to people. A puffed up person is always ingrateful, and there is nothing serious than being ungrateful. Because if somebody does certain favors to you, service to you, and if you do not actually reciprocate, it is very bad. So the king said, I need to look at this cow. So he went and looked at the cow, and he told the Brahmin, Rishi, Jamadagni, "You know what? You are a Brahmin. You don't really need this cow. I need this better, more than you to me." And Jamadagni said, "No, she actually serves my purpose by giving me ghee, milk, and all the ingredients required for my sacrifice. That is why I need. I don't need it for my opulence. I look at my ashram. It is very, very dilapidated. It's very simple ashram. I don't need it for her for opulence, but I just need it for my basic needs." The king did not listen. He forcibly took the cow and kidnapped her and went to his kingdom. So the cow was not ready to go with the king because she was getting a lot of love from the rishi, and this rishi was also giving a lot of love, and she was taking care. So there was reciprocation, but the king was forcibly taking. She was not ready to go. Anyway, she had to go, and because Jamadagni was alone and he didn't have any soldier armies, he couldn't do anything. And while this was happening, Ram, who is the younger son of Jamadagni, he had gone for some work, and when he came back, he learned about this, and he immediately took his bow and arrow, and he took his parashu. Parashu means I forget the English word, but it is like it's a small weapon. Axe, yeah, very good. Axe. It's axe, right? So axe, he took his axe and he started towards the kingdom. And he went out of the palace and he shouted to the king. He said, "Bahar aao tum." And then the king realized that this Parshuram has come. So he sent his soldiers. He sent a lot of elephants, a lot of chariots, and a lot of soldiers. So this Parshuram, he started using his axe and started killing all the soldiers and the elephants and the horses. Alone, 10,000, 20,000 people he killed in the span of 1 hour. Right? Nobody could stand in front of him. It was so fast. It is said in the Bhagavatam that he used to use his axe at the speed of mind. You know what is the speed of mind? Like, Puranand is sitting there in Netherlands, and if he thinks of his house in Pune, he can immediately go to Pune. Correct? I am sitting here in Pune. If I think, let me go to New Zealand where I was there 3 years back, immediately it takes me to the house I was staying. That's the speed of mind in a fraction of a second. Correct? That was the speed at which he was using his axe, and he killed all of them in a minute of. And when he would get tired, right, he would slow down his speed to the speed of wind. Now you know what is the speed of wind in India? Probably it's not so much, but the first day we landed in New Zealand in 2012. 2012? No, 2009. It was like when we came out of the flight and we were taking our luggage, we started shaking here and there. How are you? क्या हो गया? It was like tornado. And you asked everyone, क्या problem क्या है? कुछ problem नहीं, normal इधर. It was very, very normal. 150 km/h वगैरह होगा, right? So that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a tornado which actually uproots the houses, uproots the trees. At that speed, he used to, use his axe. So you can imagine what speed he used to be. So he killed the entire army in a flash of a second, or a flash in an hour, whatever you want to call it. So the Kartavar Arjun was, really, really angry. How can he kill my, entire army? So he came himself with his bow and arrow. So now imagine this guy's 1,000. He's got 1,000 hands. So he took 500 bows, 500 arrows, and he started shooting at Parshuram. Parshuram was so fast that he only using one arrow. He used only one arrow and shot 500 arrows at this guy, and he stopped all the 500 arrows. And by the time Kartavya Arjun could do anything else, he came with his axe and he uprooted or chopped all the hands of Kartavya Arjun. So by the time he thought he'll bring some trees, कुछ तो लेके आएगा, उसके में उसमें by the time he could do that, he came and chopped all the hands. पूरे निकल गए, कोई कुछ भी हाथ नहीं बचा. And then he killed him. He chopped his head as well. And Kartavya Arjun was killed. So then he rescued the cow and he brought her back to the ashram. So now, imagine what would be the reaction of Jamadagni. Now, if Jamadagni was any normal person, he would have said, "Arey, shabash, mere bachche tune kya acha kaam kiya hai. Bahut acha kaam kiya hai." Right? But Jamadagni was a pure Brahman and he was a great devotee. You know what he said? Parshuram, tune kya kiya? This is not as per dharma. You killed the king who is the representative of demigod. You have done a big sin. He said, if one kills the representative demigods, he gets more sin than killing a Brahmana. So you should not have done that. So you have to repent for this. So he says, you have to go for a pilgrimage for 1 year and do some punya and come back. Parshuram said, ठीक है. Parshuram did not debate, क्या पापा आपको इतना अपमान किया, फिर भी मैं मार के आया, आप मेरे को सुना रहे हो? No, he immediately obeyed. He said, ठीक है, I'll go. And he went to Holy Dhams for 1 year and he came back. And now Kartavya Arjun had 1,000 sons. And each of the sons were waiting for an opportunity to take revenge. So before that, one time Renuka, who is the wife of Jamadagni, Parshuram's mother, she had gone to fetch some water from the river Ganga, so that the Rishi could do some yajna for the sacrifice. And there was a certain period of the sacrifice when she was supposed to bring the water. Now she was so chaste. Now you will not believe, but it's possible. She could take her pallu of the sari, or a cloth, and in the cloth she could bring water to the ashram. That was her chastity. She was so chaste, right? But this particular day she had taken a pot anyways, and there was a Gandharva called Chitraratha, and he was enjoying with some woman in the Ganges, and he saw Chitraratha, and Chitraratha was very beautiful. Gandharvas are generally very beautiful. Gandharvas are basically people who are musicians. They sing, they dance, and they're beautiful. So when Renuka saw Chitraratha, she was for a moment attracted in the heart. अरे कितना सुंदर है ये. And she stood there in a stunned moment, and then she realized, अरे sacrifice का जो time है वो चला जा रहा है. She immediately went to the ashram and gave the water to Jamadagni. And Jamadagni stood there, and he was a great Rishi. He immediately understood क्या हुआ है. So he said to the woman, what have you done? Is this what you're supposed to do as the wife of a rishi? So he immediately called his sons. बोले कि को अब भी क्या अभी मार डालो मेरे सामने. तो सब बच्चे एक तरफ से लगे मेरे हमारे माँ को मार डाले, ऐसे कैसे मार सकते हैं? Nobody actually listened to him, and he was very angry. Jamadagni said to his younger son Parshuram, मार डालो सारे मेरे बच्चों को और मेरी बीवी को. Parshuram took a chopper. Chopper is the right word. Chopper or axe, and killed all mother and brothers. आप लोग बोले ये क्या है, ऐसे कैसे अपने भाई को और माँ को मार दो. Then Jamadagni said, he was very happy now. My younger son actually listened to me. So he asked Parshuram, what is that you want? What is the benediction you want? Immediately Parshuram said, because he knew the powers of his father, कि मेरे भाइयों को और मेरी माँ को जिंदा करो, and make sure they do not have the memory that I killed them. He was so intelligent. So Jamadagni laughed, smiled, and he immediately brought them back to life. He had so much powers, right? Like that. Now think what the offense did by Jamadagni. Jamadagni, just for one minor offense, कुछ भी किया नहीं रेणुका ने, उसके मन में सिर्फ एक इच्छा आई देखने की. That's all. She did not even desire to do anything else. कुछ फिजिकल तो हुआ ही नहीं, बाकी बात है, सिर्फ मन में डिजायर आया. And she was punished by Jamadagni. So he got the reaction back to him. What was the reaction? When Parshuram and his brothers had gone for some some activities, the 1,000 sons of Kartavir Arjun came, and they were looking for an opportunity. And when they found Jamadagni sitting alone there, they killed Jamadagni. They chopped his head and they went away. And as soon as Parshuram came, he was very, very angry. So he took his axe, took his bow and arrow, and started to go towards Mahishmati. And he went to Mahishmati, and he immediately killed all the 1,000 sons. पूरा ऐसा बोलते भागवतम में वर्णन आया से कि there were rivers flowing of blood. There was a mountain peak of skeletons, like that. So then and then he realized that the Parshuram killed the Kartavir Arjun's son, and Puranand is getting a garland. I said Kartavir Arjun was killed by Parshuram, and Puranand is getting a garland. So so when Parshuram realized that the Kshatriyas have actually become nefarious, and they are not understanding dharma, so started killing all of them, right? So he started killing all the Kshatriyas on the planet, and everybody started running away from them. This was the exact point when some of the Kshatriyas went to Europe, Greece, Afghanistan, all the different areas in Europe and the Russian area. These people fled and they settled down there. These are called the Yavanas. So Alexander was the successor of the Yavanas. This is where he came from. Anyways, so then he started killing everybody. And this is one of the reasons I mentioned to you this before, that Dasharath Maharaj had to marry around 350 wives, more than the 3 wives, because Parshuram would go around the world and kill Kshatriyas, because the Kshatriyas were become very adharmic. So he started killing them. The only condition was if they were sitting in a marriage, he would not kill, or they were sitting they were in the chambers of his wife, they would not kill them. He would not kill them. Right? That was the only condition. Otherwise, he would start killing all of them. And that is one of the reasons why Dasharath Maharaj actually married so many people. And there is also a description of Ram and Parshuram meeting. So this is very, very few instances where 2 avatars meet together and they have a fight. Right? So Ram, if you remember in Ramayana, if you remember in Ramayana, actually Ram actually took up the bow, Shiva's bow, and he broke the bow. So when the sound was so tumultuous, was so huge that the sound reached Parshuram in Himalayas. He was doing his austerity. So it is said that when Parshuram killed everybody 21 times, then he got entire land. Nobody could actually, entire Bharatvarsh belonged to Parshuram. And he handed over the land to the Munis, the sages, and he went to the Himalayas to perform austerity. It is said that he is still performing his austerities. So he heard the sound and he realized कि ये शिवजी का bow है, ये किसी ने तोड़ा है. So he immediately came from there, and Dasharath, by the time the marriages all were finished, and Dasharath Maharaj was returning back to Ayodhya with all 4 sons, 4 daughter-in-laws, and the entire procession. And Parshuram came, and Dasharath Maharaj, oh, वापस आ गया ये, मुझे मार डालेगा. So then Parshuram said, don't worry, I stopped killing Kshatriyas now. Then he said, फिर क्यों आए भाई? अभी तो क्षत्रियों को मारने के लिए आया था, अभी क्यों आए? He said, I heard a sound and I heard that, the bow is broken. So I want to see the person who is broken. दशरथ महाराज ने बोला कि ये मेरा बच्चा है, राम भाई बहुत छोटा है, आपके साथ फाइट नहीं कर सकेगा. तो परशुराम बोला कि बताओ कौन है. So he said, he is Ram, and he gave the entire glory of Ram. And Parshuram said, because you have broken the bow, I need to test your strength. So let's fight. ऐसा करके he challenged him. And Ram and Parshuram actually fought for many days. And Ram was able to defeat Parshuram in that fight. There was the very few instances when two Vishnu, so this is less than